Welcome back to World Ascension Conference, where we are talking to Lyz Starwalker about her experiences and connections with Ashtar Command. And Lyz, you sent me some of your regression tapes, and they were so interesting. I lay there listening, thinking, yes, you know, somebody else has experienced these things.
Yes.
But some of the details, what you went into, I was really in awe. So that information that comes through from regression has, you know, prompted me to do a little bit of searching, and I was just totally amazed and blown away. So please tell us more about your connection.
Okay, well, the regression was to remember, or to be to bring forth the memory of what did Ashtar told me when those 10 days in 1996. So because he said that I would remember when time comes, and I just forgot about it, and I went to look for my people, which is what I'm doing here. I also didn't understand what that means, work for, looking for my people. Well, when I came, those memories came back then through the regression. I can understand what that means. So during the 10 days, he was teaching me about the, first he said I am a pilot, a ship pilot, and a standby ship pilot. And working with the Galactic Federation, and also member of the Council of Nine. And and another person told me I am also Ashtar's sister. Not my soul, of course, not this body. I remember when I first came to Earth, incarnate here. I used to work. I'm just gonna say this real quick so you understand where I'm coming from and why those things are happening to me too. Well, the first time I came, I was a scientist, like a biologist. I collected animals that were about to be extinct in planets that life change. The planets evolve, and nature also evolves. So when there are extinctions, don't feel bad because they are not to be here anymore. They are already done with this plane of existence. So I went to collect samples, or DNA samples, or even an animal, live animal, and bring it to another place where they would be now starting life. And my ship was, of course, telepathically connected to the ship, and the ship was plasma type of ship. And I don't know what happened. Something happened. My ship just, I was on the bottom of the ocean now. It was a hole in the hull, on the hull of the ship, and it was a small ship. It's not round. It was like oval type ship, and I was down in the middle of the ocean now, on the bottom of the ocean, because I didn't have a sense of time. There was no names. There was nothing. I was literally working for the source, right? For the source food and the creator, and there was no need for names, or I don't even know where it come from, like a name, and there was no sense of time either. All I know is that I was there for a long, long time, waiting for maybe be rescued by my people or something. Exactly, that never happened. And then I analyzed the ocean, and it was made of silica, right? The sand has silica content in it. So I said, well, my body is silica too, and compatible with silica. So I went through the sand, like a sand would be a conduit, and I ended up on the shore. And the shore was this woman, a human being. Well, the prime directive was to not interfere with human beings or intelligent forms. My ship was invisible to them too, to humans. And I am not sure where it was. I tend to think that was somewhere in the Indic Ocean, and I was an Indian person from India there. By the description was like a wavy, long hair, black hair, and round face. So I suppose it was kind of an Indian person. And I analyzed her body and said, well, they have silica content, especially on the pituitary gland. So I contacted her and I asked her if I could share her body, share her body with her. She didn't have to leave her body. It was sharing her body. And because I was not supposed to interfere, so I was just observing. I was living life with her, just observing, not interfering with anything she did or telling her to do anything, nothing. I was just there until she died. When she died, then I do not remember how, but I remember what I did. I requested to then incarnate on Earth. I was very, very curious, I wanted to understand humans and humanity, and I was very interested in learning.
And is that the body that you incarnated into now, the one that you reside in now?
I could never get any past life, any other past life that was as a human. So I tend to think that it is. This is the the first body incarnation I have. So after I have incarnated, then all these connections are very, very interesting. Since it was when I was very little, everything was much easier. Of course, when you grow up, I get everything more dense. It can't help from being programmed by outside world, and it's very difficult then to keep distance and not get involved with everything else in the world. So we're living life for it, right? That's why we're here, to learn and to experience this life. And then that's what I decided. So I'm just going to be a human and experience the human life. Otherwise, I needed to be a human. I didn't have to be here, right? So, and then I'm going to skip now to Ashtar again. Yeah. Then, when I moved into US, I went to Connecticut. And there in Connecticut, there's a town called Southington. It's near Hartford, Connecticut. Hartford is the capital. Well, I was sleeping one day and I woke up with this voice. It was about 8 o'clock in the morning and said, go to the cosmic eye at 11 a.m. That was a very deep man's voice. It's like, and I was still sleeping. So, and I never heard that voice was not my husband's voice, nobody that I knew. And okay, you could say, well, it's the voice of God or something like that.
So you heard a voice, it woke you up?
Yes, that voice that woke me up and say, go to the cosmic eye at 11 a.m. It was 8 o'clock in the morning. And I said, well, I have no idea what the cosmic eye is, right? So I went online and looked for it. And I found out it was a radio station. And I went to this radio station and I said, Mom, we need to go to this place here. I have no idea what that means. It's crazy. Let's just go see what it is, right? I'm curious now. So I went there, and there's the radio DJ of the Cosmic Eye. After 2 hours waiting outside because the light was on air, I didn't want to interrupt, of course. So we're waiting outside. They come out to two gentlemen and said, "Hi, I'm Commander Alion. Ashtar said you're coming." So another, I said, wow, okay. So I have no idea what I'm doing here, why I'm here. And I said, do you know why I'm here? And then he says, well, he didn't say why you're coming, but they said you were coming. And there was Commander Leon and Commander Micron. They were both DJs there on this radio station. Commander Leon, he channels Monka, one of the commanders and from the Galactic Federation. Now, for the record, I am not affiliated to any of the Ashtar command groups online and nothing. I've never been connected to any of them and not part of their groups at all. So I have nothing against them. What they do, and I'm just saying that my relationship with Ashtar is just my relationship with Ashtar. You are muted.
I am muted. Thank you. Can I touch on that for a moment? What do you feel about the information from those groups that you hear online? What do you feel? Does anything resemble with you? Their connections, how they talk and portray and give out information. Does anything resemble with you?
I really didn't spend much time at all looking through because I didn't see any need for it. What Ashtar told me is
Because you've got direct contact, right? You
Yes.
know.
I'm here to observe and report. Okay, I'm just here to observe and report, and I'm a standby pilot. The whole thing is, it's plan B. Okay, if humanity does not go through ascension, then the Ashtar fleet will lift those people that are benevolent. They have they are already in a higher state of vibration. They're going to lift off planets, so they don't have to go through destruction. Okay, but it's not ascension. So
Okay.
you want to go to ascension. That's plan B. Okay, you don't want to wait to be rescued. You want to
where are they going? Where are they being taken to? Are they being taken to another planet, or just to a safe zone?
Some are going to be in another planet. Some are going to be in the ship. Some are going to be in a parallel Earth, at different places. All of them are according to your own vibration. It has to match, you know. So some people are going to be in a ship. Some people are going to be in a asteroid somewhere or another planet. You know, there are other planets there that are already being inhabited. We know that we're not the only ones. You know, human beings. So of course, and but this is really, I really didn't want. That's why probably I was told not to say anything. Because now people are going to be, oh, okay, I can do whatever I want to be rescued. No, you're not going to be rescued. There is there isn't a rescue as far as I know. I'm just speaking for myself. As far as I know, there isn't a rescue mission. You have to save yourself. How you save yourself? By raising your vibration. Just that. You have to raise your vibration. The planet is raising its vibration. You're not going to be able to be here. Not going to be a match to the planet. You see, the matrix changed, so you have to match the matrix. Therefore, you have to raise your own vibration. And it's very important because it's the same thing as religion saying, oh, we're going to wait for, you know, a savior to come and save us. I'm sorry. To my view, there is no such thing as a savior except myself, to do all that I can, follow the teachings. There are many teachers came before us teaching us how to raise your vibration, preparing for this moment when Earth goes through its own ascension. So all there is, we are here for an experience in Earth, although because it's such a high density, or of a very, very dense planet, it's hard to get out. Then we get into what they call the wheel of karma and all that, which there is, to my view too, it's just my opinion, there is no such thing as karma except that there are traumas that we carry, psychic traumas, and it stays imprinted in our psychic body. And then when we come back in, you know, we end up finding the same wavelength of vibration that we have left. So that's why I keep repeating it, you know, as a karma. Although it's still really, all you have to do is to forgive and forget. Just forgive yourself.
You mentioned in one of your regressions that there is a grid that's in place around the Earth, that you could see a grid, and that grid changes shape depending upon the frequency of humanity. Can you go into a little bit more about that?
Yes. Well, one day I woke up and I had no memories of my personality, meaning who I am now and what do I do. I do know who I am in my core. I never forget that. Although I lost completely the connection, like emotional connection with my husband, my mom, my kids, my family. They were all strangers to me, and I started seeing the geometric shapes of everything. It is the energetic signature of everything. So some people were more, their energetic signature were more like from triangles to squares or to pentagons to hexagons. So that's a vibrational signature. Let's say hexagon are a higher vibration than a triangle or a square, right? I'm just saying this way because it's more complicated than that. It's actually at a hyperdimensional geometric shapes. But I'm just saying this way so you can visualize a little bit better. And the same thing, the planetary grid, the way I saw is they were all pentagons next to each other, and triangles in the middle to close some gaps, and that's changing now to a hexagon and squares in between. So that's just a vibrational signature that is growing. It's raising, and it's changing the spin. That's what it's about. So what happened when you are a triangle, you're going through a hexagon, right? You have to fit, you have to match match the geometric shape there. So you got to be a hexagon too.
Yeah, I'm imagining lots of different shapes and people in different shapes, which is a bit, yeah. So this, what did you call it? A multi-dimensional mathematical system, geometrical shape system.
Yeah, multi-dimensional geometric matrices, I think.
Right. Okay. And can you just describe what that looks like apart from triangles and lots of shapes? Is it something you can't describe, or
it's really hard to describe with showing you a picture, but if you imagine the Metatron cube, for example, Metatron
cube, yeah.
Cube. Okay, and you put one inside of another, inside of another, inside of another. You see?
Okay.
And those vertices are connecting to each other somewhere. And see, it's just speaking like that, it's really hard for you to understand. Let's see what else.
I can see pictures. So is it like a pulsating, constant, living, changing dimension?
Yes, it's always pulsating. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I said.
And it's always moving. If you look at the flower of life.
Yeah.
The multi-dimensional geometric pattern that they created with the flower of life. Mm-hmm. So if you imagine that the Vesica Pisces are actually spheres, right? Mm-hmm. Connecting to each other. So you see like Vesica Pisces, but it's actually spheres. Well, if you make that instead of a sphere, you make the connection between the centers of the spheres, and then you get the straight lines and the geometric lines instead of the round lines, right?
Yeah.
So you have this multi-dimensional geometric shape, and that's what it is.
Wow.
So one person I found that has kind of a concept that is about the same is Graham Forscutt. If you guys look it up, he's on Facebook.
Okay.
And he actually made models with paper modeling.
Yeah.
He's incredible. And he makes it like a fifth dimension. So what Ashtar told me is, you showed me maps, star maps.
Star maps, yeah.
Yeah, in locations. So I do not have that in.
Is this on board a ship, Lyz? Are you on board a ship, or where are you?
Yes, I was on board a ship. On board the ship. Like I said to you, when he came to my room, I was still sitting in my bed, although I felt my body really heavy and very tired, like sleepy. And after that, I don't know where I was, because I just remember him talking to me. And through my regression now, I knew that I was then in the ship. Well, he brought me to the ship to talk to me, to give me the instructions, the locations, and how to pilot the ship too, because it was a different ship from the ones I had before, from my first life that I remember, So I do not have the locations in my conscious mind, and I didn't see that was necessary for me to have all that information. Once that, if we really need it, then we'll come forth anyways, right? It's going to be in my light body, so it's not in this body,
So you've been given just specific instructions to help certain members of humanity to board ships if necessary. But that's not saying that any kind of catastrophe or anything like that is going to happen. Why is this mission in progress? Why is this in place?
Well, there is first is, if humanity not able to go through ascension, which is raising vibration and going to a fourth, fifth dimension on their own, there is going to be catastrophes happening, because Earth is going to be through ascension. Going through ascension means raising vibration, and we're going to have natural events happening. Once Earth has vibration raised, we're going to have volcanoes, we're going to have earthquakes, and we have heard a lot about the sun discharge, that we going through this region of the Milky Way that is very highly energetic, and we have heard about the sphere being alliance that are helping to protect the planet from these high energetic waves coming through Earth to protect us. So, are we okay? You were frozen.
Yeah, Lyz, we're fine. I'm here.
Okay. So, because of that, there is the Plan B. And the Galactic Federation of Light, or the Ashtar Command, is responsible for this quadrant of the galaxy. And, I've heard that he's actually now, since it's been almost 30 years now, since I had that contact, he is now responsible for the entire galaxy. Those plans are in place. And I'm not the only one. There are millions of us. And there are millions of ships prepared.
Yes, I agree. I definitely agree with that, Lyz. And that's, we do know, and we have heard about the sphere being alliance. I mean, I think there's a lot of people who out there who may not have heard yet or realize that we are being protected from this immense, highly an immense energetic field that the Earth is now passing through or entering into via our galaxy and our solar system.
Mm-hmm. And the whole thing is that my report in observing report is constant. It's like constantly connected. It's not me being, brought to the ship all the time to talk to someone to do a report. It's not like that. It's like the information is being transmitted immediately all the time, and also I do work outside of my body all the time,
right?
Consciously. But I have people in Brazil, friends and people who know me, said, I saw you were in my dream last night. You were helping me with this or that. Or, I have many people saying that I'm always there helping them somehow.
Right. Lyz, just, for the viewers and listeners, what would you recommend, like through your experiences that you have had with these galactic beings, growing up as a child and having these encounters, which is, it's such a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
I, of course, have a story from my childhood that, wasn't as pleasant being involved with my lab, but yet, everyone has this beautiful mission in life, and I honor yours so much, and to telling the truth and what went on as a child. And I think about how much my life would have been different if I wouldn't have kind of just been immediately taken up. Maybe I would have had, galactic, friends as a child. But, I have my mission, and that's part of my mission in this life. And as you've had interaction with these beings quite frequently, and even as a child, and I honor you so much for really coming forward, especially being a scientist. I mean, you're a scientist, a biologist. You always have to have proof, and I honor that so much. But what I really want to see, what would you recommend for the viewers and the listeners as far as how to kind of raise their vibration? What protocols, to take in their life? Is it just simply raising your spiritual vibration, or does it have to do with, I know I have my experiences with what I'm guided to do, but I would love for you to share some of yours.
Well, first is you have to raise your awareness of what's going on with yourself. The programs you're running, the dogmas, it's mostly dogmas that we learn through life, and religious dogmas or even scientific dogmas. School, what you learn in school. Be open-minded, review everything, and just sit back and be an observer yourself. What's going on in the world? Don't get involved too much emotionally, because that's how we get caught. And we don't know what's going on. You don't know if that war over there is necessary. There are wars that are necessary. Yeah, we don't like to see anyone being killed or kill another, but we don't know what's going on between those people.
Precisely.
So don't get involved emotionally.
Yes.
And to raise your vibration is to go inwards. We're too much outwards. We're looking outside for everything. We are looking outside for answers. We're looking outside for rescue. We're looking outside for, someone tell me what to do. You gotta go inside. You gotta look inside of yourself. Take a moment to go inside. Spend time with yourself. And that's what we need to do. And everything else in the world tells otherwise, right? But because the world was ruled by who? Those who enslaved us, correct?
Right. Yeah.
And how did they do that? They're very clever. They invented everything that makes us stay outside. All the distractions that we have. So you don't have time to go inside. And now we even have, the cell phones. We are always connected in the cell phone. but it's an outside thing. If you go inside of yourself, you have all the answers, including, when your friend is calling you or need your help. You be connected with the source. You be connected with the universe. You don't need anything else. I know it's easier to say than do, but try it. Try a couple times.
Lyz, I completely agree, wholeheartedly. And I mean, that's honestly my favorite time. It's just when I can be alone and go inside of myself. No matter what kind of, past life experiences are brought up or what have you, even this life experiences that are brought up, even though it might be painful, it's something that we have to release. It's something that we kind of have to make partners with and say, hey, I see you, I understand you, thank you, I love you, I forgive you, and especially with my experiences off planet as a child, that was, and it's hard for people to understand that, hey, they were here as a child. I don't understand how they could have been off planet as a child, and so that's totally true, because I spent a lot of time going inside, wondering when it was going to be the right time to come out with my experiences off planet. And I also, have other knowledge to share, but I'm waiting until, the Mars conference to share that. We just have to really go inward. And I commend you for saying that. I know a lot of people are speaking about, and I'm not saying that their regimen isn't right, but a lot of people are speaking about, these specific diets and etc. to go on. But it really, I feel like when it all comes down to it, if your spirit is happy and if your spirit is content, the rest will fall into place and you will be content as well.
Yeah, well, as you go inwards, you also understand your own body and what is good for your body, what's not.
Right.
And why would you poison yourself or your body not to be in best function? Until I understood that, I did all that. I really, my body gained weight and I had surgeries that I shouldn't have and stuff like that. And until I understood. And well, living and learning, right?
Yes.
To learning, awaken to learn, then you don't repeat your errors. Otherwise, we just keep doing the same thing.
Doing the same thing over and over and over. And would you agree with me on this? Would you agree that if we continue to do the same things over and over, then the doors that we would like to be opened will remain closed?
Well, yes, because you're always going to the same path. You're
Right.
never going to reach the other door, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And yes, that's
one very important thing I learned is you're emotional. You really have to understand you're emotional.
yes.
What is triggering? What's the triggers for you? Why is it a trigger? Most of the time, the trigger is a belief system that is the trigger. You see? Or, of course, you went through a trauma. Although you need to understand that the trauma is in the past now. You don't have to revive that trauma over and over. Yes, it's a memory created because that's what trauma do. It creates a memory. We don't have a memory without having an emotion associated with, a thought and an emotion associated. It means that you have your heart and your mind connected to create that memory. That's why we don't remember a lot of things, only the important things, because we had an emotion connected to it. And a trauma does that, and it's a negative memory. When you understand that, let it go. Let it go. And you're going to have to tell yourself a million times, it's gone, it's gone, it's gone. Yes. And the memory might still be there, but still, you say it's gone, it's gone, it's gone. There is a very easy exercise you can do. And of course, it goes into the metaphysical realm now and the belief system. You're going to create your own belief system because we need to believe. Anyways, except that we've been given what to believe. Now you create your own belief system. One exercise very easy is you write in a little piece of paper with a pencil, which is carbon. So you write in there what is wrong with you, one at a time, one phrase at a time. Like I'm scared of dark, and you put in there, or I'm being hurt by this person. So you put I forgive this person. You write in there, and you're going to burn that little piece of paper in a dish or something safe, of course, and you're gonna get that ash and you're gonna throw in the toilet and flush. And as you flush, you're gonna say, with this water, I will clean this memory, because we are connected to water. It's the water planet, anyways, and we have water in us, and the water is a conduit. So when you do that, it's an alchemy. You're doing alchemy, and it will help to clear all these attachments we have, and all this traumas, really, emotional trauma. And it's a way to forgive. So you can write, I forgive, so and so. You don't have to say why. You just say, I forgive so and so. I forgive myself. And you do that. You do it as many times as you remember doing, and you're gonna see it really works. It's a very simple exercise.
Yes, definitely.
And it helps because we need to clear ourselves. We need to get rid of all these attachments that we have of all kinds. So.
Yes, I totally agree, and I think that's a great aspect to bring up, because I think a lot of people are wondering right now. I have a lot of clients like, am I okay? Am I going to ascend? Am I going to do this? And that's one thing I tell them, I find great peace in going inward and just loving myself, and just being grateful for where I am in my life right now, and just knowing that everything is going to happen when it's supposed to happen.
Yes. Well, we don't know really who is going to ascend, who's ready.
Right.
According to the Blue Bean Alliance, with Corey Good, it's like 300,000 people are ready, according to them, to ascend. So that's a really small number, and that's why they are still holding time and it's in the timeline, so we can, let's say, so the humanity have a little bit more time to wake up and raise vibration. So that's how we. Judgment, like no, we're gonna make a judgment anyways, although don't judge the other. Why they do that, I don't know why I do some things too. So I go inside and I say, well, why did I do that? You gotta be aware of yourself first, and then you can be aware of others, but be aware of yourself first. Be selfish that way.
Exactly. That's definitely how I feel, be aware of yourself before you, All right. And, Lyz, like I said earlier, I can't thank you enough for simply sharing that. I think that's a wonderful, important message, telling, the viewers and listeners to really go within. That's always been the best practice for me. And not to be worried, too much, but just focus on you. Don't worry about others around you. Don't worry about what this person's doing and what that person's doing. Worry about, don't worry, but focus on the things that don't necessarily serve you anymore, and look at what does. Go within and figure out the best option for you, and what resonates with you the most.
And be authentic. Be yourself. Don't try to fit in. Don't try to copy others and because it's trendy, or what are they going to think about me? Be yourself and live your life. Live your experience. Don't live through others. Live through yourself. How are you going to experience? How are you going to say, that's what I learned through my life, if you're not living your life?
Precisely. Yeah. I mean, I totally agree with that. It just totally hit home when you said that, because I could have gone and I could have ignored my lab experiences. I could have never dug that up. That was one of the most painful things I had to do in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But yet I also knew if I didn't face it and if I didn't come out with it, then, it wasn't going to be good, for me.
Well, the same thing here. I had this in the back of my mind for 30 years, since I had the contact with Ashtar. And I used to bite my nails. I used to just phase out, and I don't know what's going on in the back of my mind. And I was not conscious or aware what's going on with me. And I literally would just simply phase out. When you're very focused, people talk to you, you don't hear. And my mom would say, well, you're not listening to me. I said, well, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude. It's just, I'm not here right now, It's just I'm somewhere else. And I was not conscious about it. And
yeah, that happened to me. That happened to me constantly as a child. I was known for, quote, not that I didn't listen, when she would ask me to do something or what have you.
Yeah, not following orders, not that.
Nothing like that. Just literally zoning out, being off in some distant land. That's what I went through, and occasionally, I'll have it as well, just staring up into space, sometimes.
Yes.
I mean,
yeah. So it's for my own experience, and I tell you, live your life to the fullest. Means not being responsible, but really know yourself, know who you are. It's so easy. It's once you
and I think that's the thing,
know who you are.
Yeah, it's so easy to know yourself, yet. And it's probably one of the hardest things that people view as, well, it's not hard to me now, but, in the past it could have been. And I think it is for a lot of people because they don't want to face their own, I could say darkness, and it's not really darkness. It's just a part that has been hidden. It's a part that you have hidden away for quite some time.
Yes. Although the way I see it, don't believe me, I'm not a saint. I'm not. I have my own darkness too. But the whole thing is, when we stop comparing ourselves with the others and what others would expect us to be, and we lose this point of reference, and we accept who we are, no matter what we are or who we are. It's just acceptance. That's what you're here for. That's your experience. It's your experience. It's not mine. It's not me. If you're going to be like me, then everybody's the same. And then what kind of experience do we have to share, right? How we are going to contribute to the growth of the universe. That's how we contribute. It's through our experiences. That's why the universe is growing, right?
Exactly. That's the thing. I totally agree. You just have to live your life, be you. I mean, I went through that. I think a lot of people are going through that now, just finally coming out and being themselves, especially teenagers and people that have been expected to fit inside of the norm of society. And that's the thing. That's what we do here at World Ascension Conference, to try to make people feel at home with being themselves.
Yeah. And who made the frame for us? We didn't make that frame. It was given to us. And it was given to who? To those who are really keeping us inside of the cage. You see, that's why it's important for you to break out the cage, to break off the frame that everybody expects you to be, because it was given to us. We didn't create that. We are supposed to be ourselves. We are creative beings. We are co-creators here.
Yes, and that's the thing. We are co-creators. We're supposed to support everyone in this community and break the barriers of separation. Now, Lyz, before we go, we're going to have you back on once again, maybe towards the end of this week, this coming week, whatever works for you. I will send you a message.
Mm-hmm.
But before we go and we sign off, I wanted to kind of give you the floor if there's anything else that you just want to add.
Well, it's just the main thing is be you, be yourself. Please be yourself. Okay, so I will be in a new paradigm shift, co-creating solutions for the future in Berkeley, California, on the week of 15th to 18th September.
Yes,
we're gonna have it's really really good.
With Lori McDonald. Who else is it's sorry.
There is a lot of people there. A lot of Lori McDonald's. There is Princess Nakimuro. There is let me get to
Princess Makimuro. That's I'm definitely excited about that.
And there are gonna be about 45 speakers there.
Yeah, you're going to be speaking along with Lori McDonald. I love her so much. And then and then our co-founder, Laura Eisenhower, World Ascension's co-founder, Laura Eisenhower, she's also going to be speaking as well.
Yes, we're going to be on the panel there.
Yeah, and also Dr. Brooks Agnew, he's going to be there. So many amazing people.
Yes, there's the Dr. John Gray, Dr. Amit Goswami, Professor Miran Kesh, which is the new technology, plasma technology. Let me see who else.
Yeah, but you can visit, you can get tickets and info at 5devents.com.
Yes.
And I won't be able to attend this year, but I'm sure that I will be attending. I'll get out to the West Coast very soon.
Yes. You are in the West Coast right now?
I'm on the East Coast. So yeah, I'm going to be getting to the West very soon.
Okay.
But yeah, Lyz, I'm so excited for you. And I'm so happy and honored that you're here with us. You're such a sweet spirit and humble and amazing soul. So like I said, we're gonna have you on again, and I can't wait to speak with you about more of your experiences.
Yes, I'm preparing some drawings and some pictures, so to give you a little bit more of an idea what is that multi-dimensional, hyperdimensional geometric matrices and stuff like that. So
perfect.
we didn't have much time to prepare right now for that.
Right. Yeah. This is a very spontaneous.
Yes, and I appreciate it.
Conference that we just hosted. So it was an honor and it was amazing. And thank you so much, Lyz. I love you, and I will be speaking to you soon. This is your host, Lindsey Elocin Hooper, signing off with World Ascension Conference. Blessings to you all.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Blessings to all.
Blessings.